Time for chapter 22X of endless plot dumping, whatever. Jock and his men rest for a month at Castle Drakespire. Tandar spends much of his time consulting his advisors. One day, a visitor arrives. Are we just hanging in the throne room all day? I grow restless waiting all day. How much more time do you need? Every day that goes by, we give Mortimer time to build his army. Be patient. I promised you Tiamat's support, and I always keep my word. However, there is much work to be done. We have just been through a civil war. Convincing nobles to enter another war will require some persuasion. You're the king. Can't you just command them to move? I certainly could, but when I return home, do you think I will meet a cheering crowd? Or is it more likely I will face open revolt? I can't just ignore the will of my people. If I do that, my reign will be as short and brutal as that of King Randall the Moronic. I thought you Scalies didn't care for politics. My friend Brandon told me all you like to do is fight. Your friend is not entirely wrong. We Tomatans do like our violence. However, I'm afraid you can never escape the struggle of politics. Whenever the Vikings disagree, they simply beat each other senseless in an arena. Perhaps my first order as king should be to adopt this custom. My king, an envoy from Styxia has arrived. Styxia? I was not informed of this. No one was informed, Your Highness. They showed up unannounced. You have dealings with the necromancers? Not that I know of. We share a border, but our interactions are very limited. Yeah, an envoy from Styxia just showed up. So it looks like we're doing Styxia stuff now. They insist on speaking directly with you. What should I tell them, Your Highness? Send them in. As you command, my king. They would like us to avoid Styxia. No, I'm kidding. Greetings, weak and foolish flesh bags. You now stand before I, Lord Medha. What? Servant of the Secret Shadow, grave walker extraordinaire. It is I, Medha the Beautiful, who knows no mortal limit. Whoops, that was awkward. Sorry, folks. Sometimes heat comes out and things get weird for a bit. Anyway, I'm Ahmed the Friendly Skeleton, servant of Darius. His voice changed. Fella, don't just interrupt someone when they're talking. It's rude. And yes, my voice does change on occasion, but pay it no mind. If you were living your second life, you'd have a few screws loose too. You said you were a servant of Darius. Do you mean Prince Darius of Styxia? Yes, sir, the one and only. We're pleased to finally meet you. We've been following your little war effort for quite some time. I do not realize Styxia took an interest in our internal matters. What, are you stupid? Of course we keep an eye on the draft. You can't take a dump without our intelligence agents reporting it. The last thing we want is a bunch of deranged scalies coming down. That is to say, it would be prudent to keep our eyes open. Now that you are king, we wish to offer support to your lordship. And yet you didn't come to my aid when El Rodan was beating down my doors. I'm sure you'd utter the same flowery words to my brother if he were here. Yes, obviously, imbecilic fleshling. Do you think we run a church here? Charity's for those who deserve it, not a bunch of half-witted moronic. Don't mind old Medha. He just says stuff sometimes. Skeleton is quite the handful. Alright, so what does the Prince of Darius want to talk about? I'll leave it to him, but he wants to yap about something secret. It'll have a big benefit not only to you, but the Lance Lord too. Me as well? Color me interested. So what'll it be? Can you keep your mouth shut to hear him out? Alright, I give him my word that this meeting is off the books. Where does he wish to meet us? Yeah, nobody take the minutes for this meeting. Where else but here, you stupid idiot blunderhead? You think you sent me here all by myself, moron? Or so yeah, my prince is already here. Yeah. King Tandarus, well fought, well fought. That was quite the exciting civil war. My father and I watched the ordeal with such great anticipation. Prince Darius, I've not seen you since Mortimer's coronation ceremony. I'm glad you are alive and that our war could provide you entertainment. Ooh, he has his own theme. I'm afraid I'm woefully unprepared for such a royal visit, however. I do not have servants ready to offer you food and refreshment. You must feel out of your element. Lord is fine. Your castle appears to be in quite the ragged state. I would hate to be a hindrance to your reconstruction efforts. I assure you, you won't slow our artisans down one bit. And glad I am to hear it. May your reign be long. Yours as well. Now, what brings the Prince of Styxia to my royal palace? I've actually come to speak with the Lord of Lances. Me, really? That's right, you're the mercenary who served under Prince Baudimont. I come bearing news that I think you will find quite amusing. What news could the Prince of Styxia possibly have that would interest me? I heard you and Baldimon were quite close, almost as brothers. I do not imagine you hold much love for the new King of Andaron. That's an understatement. You'll be interested to learn that King Mortimer has made a deal with my father. He is shipping political prisoners down to Styxia to be raised as undead slaves. Oh, I don't like that. What? The vile bastard? 5 slave caravans have already entered. A 6th is on its way. Why would you tell us this? My father and I disagree on how to best run our glorious nation. He wishes to close it down while I want to open it to the world. When I ascend the throne, I plan to end the Styxian slave trade. Shipping in prisoners from other nations is poor practice. So Styxia enslaves people and kills them and raises them as undead. That's not great. One cannot achieve greatness with a populace in chains. Yeah, so you value freedom, do you? A champion of the downtrodden? Is that why you have a skeleton servant following you around? Slavery's so wrong, but eternal servitude and death, that's fine? If you were referring to my retainer Ahmed, it was his choice to serve me in death. I would never raise an unwilling soul into servitude. He insisted I do it for him. Though the process did sadly split his personality apart somewhat. Why should we trust you? What do you gain from this? I do not wish to see your people serving my father in chains. Well, I don't really want undead dragons flying around. You know, that's Fire Emblem 8 stuff that I don't really want to deal with. However, I cannot publicly defy my father. That would be treason. So instead you tell us to go up against your father in your place. That's a different kind of treason. I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm merely a humble messenger. How you choose to act on this information is up to you. Sounds like another trap devised by Mortimer himself. I'm not falling for it. I bet you plan to lure us into an ambush. You decide to travel to the border to see the truth for yourself. Then I offer to go there with you. I will be completely at your mercy. I would be a fool to try and ambush you under such circumstances. You risk much in coming here, not only your life, but the wrath of your father, too. Everything in life requires some risk. I do not shun away from it. Anyway, I shall give you your privacy to talk. Come see me when you've reached a decision. I will eagerly await your response. So Mortimer has an alliance with the King of Styxia. Do you believe it? Nothing is beneath that treacherous rat, though I trust this Darius even less. You would be very wise not to. The Styxians are schemers. Darius is quite different from his father, though, I will say. How so? He's a lot more talkative, for one. His father is a man of few words. Much more fond of making threats than compromises. The King of Styxia is a monster who released a plague on Andaron. It wiped out half our population. My old man perished due to it. I seem to recall that your people were laying siege to their capital. Yeah, Bod would often say the same. They acted in self-defense, Jaka. But I don't care, it was a vile act. Bloody necros and their black magic. Ah yes, we have to keep the racism going, because that's what Jaka does. Desperate times call for desperate measures, though I do agree it was reprehensible. Will you travel down to the border then, see if these slave caravans really exist? I don't know. If what Darius says is true, then I can't sit by and do nothing. What would you do if you were me? I would go and speak with your men, and perhaps also to Darius himself. Maybe you will learn something new. Sounds like a plan. Alright, we got people to talk to. Oh, I could have gotten the chests in here if I got a chest key. That's funny. What? Wow, he's got high stats. Cures bad status effects at the beginning of each turn. He has a silver sword, and he has an A with Darius. Yeah, he's not bad. Okay, Darius. What are his abilities? I mean, he's got decent stats. Bargain. Halves prices in shops. That's super great. I love that already. Summon can conjure. So he's a walking silver card. So I could buy Nosferatus for 7,500. Speaking of which, he comes with a Nosferatu. And he has an A in dark magic. I think his soul got split in half when he was raised from whatever. I feel like we have to. Why? I don't know why it divides people like this. Oh yeah, I forgot. She has a bunch of my iron swords. Whatever. Alright, let's talk to Tendaris. Couldn't help but notice that Darius said you two met Mortimer at Mortimer's coronation ceremony. Yes, as the prospective princes of both our nations, it was expected for us to show. My father was too sick to travel himself, and Darius's father was also occupied. So you were both there personally. You saw Mortimer get crowned. I think it's a split personality, but they say he's bipolar. I don't know. I think he's two souls in one or something. What was it like? I have witnessed a few coronation ceremonies in my lifetime. I was there when both King Cathus and King Thorgrim were crowned. I find such events dreadfully dull, if I am to be perfectly honest. Though I suppose Mortimer did go about it a little differently. How so? He first gave a grand speech about the downfall of his dear beloved brothers. Then he renounced House Steel and said his family was not fit to rule Andaron. After that, he announced his marriage to Lady Brianna of House Flameguard. Thus, he took on her surname, making House Flameguard the new royal family. So Mortimer decided to adopt the twisted ways of his mother's family. I hear that the Flameguards are known for marrying inside their own family. Is this common among you humans? No, this is something unique to their house. They talk about keeping their bloodline pure. Ironically, it does the opposite and just makes them insane. I think this vile practice is the reason why so many of their family members go mad. Especially the son, who clearly has some weird issues going on. Lord Gareth, the former head of the house, married his cousin, Lady Cassandra. A few years later, he mysteriously died, and Lady Cassandra has been ruling ever since. Oh, man, that's too bad. I wonder how that happened. What a terrible accident. Mysteriously. What are you implying? Indeed. Oh, something did happen. A fight almost broke out. Between who? Lord Wester of House Windlace protested quite profusely. He disapproved of the royal family partaking in such vile acts. Ah, Sham's dad. I should have known. He was always a man of tradition. It nearly came to blows between him and Lord Alfaro of Flameguard. I was quite sad when his younger son William defused the situation, as Monocle Man would have killed him because he wouldn't have been able to hit him with his 40 speed. A good brawl would have added some much-needed entertainment. I feel like he's gonna be... I don't know if he'll be the final boss, but he'll be a little later, I think. Yeah. So there's some conflict between Mortimer's allies. Maybe they're not as united as I first anticipated. You think we could attempt to sow division among them? It's a possibility for sure. Do you have any spies inside Andaron? Sadly, this civil war ruined Tamate's infrastructure. Our network of spies has to be rebuilt from the ground up. Once that happens, however, I'll let you know what I can do. Thanks, Tendaris. You have proven yourself to be a person of integrity. A true Tamate never forgets what he owes. Why are you moving? Why are you moving? What? Jaka, a moment of your time? Yeah, what is it? I just received a letter from my family. What does House Darkholm want? I'm not sure. My parents did not say. They only want me to return home. Apparently they want to give me a gift of some kind. How exciting. Sounds ominous. They promised I would be free to return to your side in due time. Or they plan to sell you to Mortimer where you'd be tortured for information on us. You wound me, Jaka. My family would never. I don't know your family that well. No one in Andaron does, really. I mean, your sister's insane and wants to, like, fuse monsters together with people, but, you know, that's another thing. However, I don't think any house is beneath trickery or deceit. Still, if they wish for you to have something, it might be valuable. So what would you have me do? I will follow your instructions. Yes, Angelus, you can go home. I think you should go see your family. I have considered it. I have to, like, get over losing people, because I think the natural way to play Fire Emblem is an Iron Man run. But yeah, it's something I've considered doing for sure. I think it would add interest to a run, because it would force me to use backups when I made bad decisions. It's something I'm considering for sure. But, like, I don't think... when I play maddening Andaron Saga, I don't think I'm doing an Iron Man. I don't think I can afford to. Because if I lose someone who can use a regalia, I'm probably effed. You know? But for other games, absolutely it's something to consider. It would make it more naturalized, you know? And it would be less stressful, too. Because, like... I mean, it would suck if you lost people, but at the same time, once you've lost them, you're just like, okay, I don't have to reset, I'm just gonna keep going, you know? The other things I've thought of are, like, I could do, like, a draft race kind, like, not like a race, but like a draft, where, like, I could have suggestions on units I have to use, even if they're crap. And they would be the ones I would use, and I would ignore the rest of them. With a few freebies. So, you know, making me play with, like, Lowen and Dorcas or some shit, and then I just get sad. Give him all my secret books so that he's passable. I think Dorcas might be my least favorite unit of all time to use. Not as a character, but as a unit. Because he was the first axe user that made me hate axe users. On the other hand, Dart is the one who made me like Berserkers. Oh my god. Engage. Fire Emblem. Engage! I mean, I don't even know if you could be bad in that game. I mean, maybe there's some people who are crap. I think you should go see your family. Truly, are you not skeptical? Of course I am, but what do we actually have to lose? You're just our bard. See, here's my suspicion on Angelus. So... he's getting a lot of magic, and he's from Darkholm, so I'm assuming that he will be able to use dark magic. Because this game likes to add stuff, you know? I don't know what the deal is about losing our dancer, though. That's kind of bad. So, we're gonna have to deal without having him for a while, which is sucky. Oh, I don't trust him either. I think he's secretly a demon. But I don't know if he's necessarily a bad demon. Like, I get the feeling that of all the people in his family, he's probably more trustworthy than the others. But at the same time, I don't know about him. Do we really have to lose? You're just our bard. Oh, Jaka, Jaka, you little jokester. I shall give my mother and father your best. I wasn't joking. See you later. Sure you'll be fine. Man, Jaka's almost maxed out. It's kind of nuts. One thing I was considering doing, by the way, is using the cursed boots and the boots on the same person. I might do that. Because that way I can raise every stat and lower move, but then get the move back. And the cursed boots also raise con by 2. So that could be super useful. But I can't do it on, like, I don't want to use it on Jaka, for example. There's no reason to. Like, Crixus, maybe, but not really. The one thing is, we have, like, 10 dragon shields, so I could boost anyone's defense to the moon right now. Like, I could give it to Helga, or whatever, and make her just unkillable anyway. But I don't know if... I feel like other people could benefit from it more, because Helga's already kind of unkillable. Or what's-her-face. Jahara, you seem to be deep in thought. Are you looking at Helga? King Tendaris called her beautiful. Oh, I see, you're jealous. Pardon? Hey, it's fine, we've all been there. Why would I be jealous? I'm guessing you've got a thing for your king. I don't blame you, he's a handsome fella. Utterly ridiculous. I am his retainer. I'm merely looking out for him. Hey now, the heart knows what it wants. I know a thing or two about forbidden love. I'm merely attempting to observe what he sees in this human. If my king is to pick his first mate, she must be vetted properly. First mate? He's gonna sail on a pirate ship, confirms. You mean queen? Tomaid has no queen, only a dragon king. But Tendaris had a mother. What was she called? The dragon king has multiple concubines. Our late king had 13 in total. Yarg. Concubines, eh? I'd love to see someone try and call Helga that to her face. Being a concubine to the Dragon King is a position of the highest honor. The Maniket race has sadly suffered from low fertility and slow birth rates. Even with a harem of various partners, the king only ever had 2 sons. I guess your customs make a bit more sense to me now. However, was Tendaris' mother not a full-blooded dragon? How did that pairing happen? When he was younger, our king would take flight and travel the world as a dragon. One time he visited Andaron. When he came back, he brought a human with him. Her name was Liana. She was a noble. Liana? That name rings a bell. I'm rusty on my Andaron nobility, but I swear Samuel told me a story once. I think this Liana was a flame guard. Okay. That means that Tendaris has flame guard blood, which means he can use he should be able to use the regalia if it's equipable. Interesting. But flame guard, what the fuck? Why is everybody a flame guard? Stop mating with the people who do incest. Yes, now that you mention it, she was Liana of House Flameguard. You're telling me Tendaris is actually the son of a Flameguard noble? That would mean he's related to Baudimon, albeit quite distantly. Maybe that's why they got along. Human bloodlines never did matter much to us. We never bothered to look into them that deeply. Well, that's an interesting bit of history for sure. So I take it Tendaris has yet to pick any concubines? Not yet, but as our new king, he has a duty to begin picking them as soon as possible. I will, of course, vet them properly to make sure they are all suitable partners. A concubine must have certain traits and important qualities to be a suitable match. Like having pink hair, perhaps? I don't follow. Why would hair color matter? You really are dense. Humans make no sense at all to me. What's up, Helga? Got a moment? What is it? Can we talk about your relationship with your grandmother? Why this sudden interest in my family life? You think she was always a monster? No, I do not. How can you be so sure? Because the Skyla I grew up with was not the woman you met in that tent. Can you elaborate? My grandmother was always stern and somewhat cold, that much is true. However, she was not the emotionless and empty husk you saw in Hornheim. When I was young, I remember seeing her laugh, cry, despair, and even love. A variety of many human emotions that no monster would be able to imitate. When would you say that this changed? Hey, Freeze, how you doing? It was back when my parents perished. Scylla claimed they died in a blizzard. Just to catch everybody up on stuff, the Prince of Styxia appeared and asked us to go stop a slave caravan so that we could stop the slave trade there. And Angelus left to go back to his family. So we lost our dancer. However, now I'm not so sure anymore. I think she may have killed them both. You think so? Do you think at some point Scylla may have undergone a transformation? After the death of my mother and father, I never saw Scylla smile or laugh again. I thought she was grieving and that maybe despair had hardened her heart. However, I think there was another reason. And what would that be? Scylla would often travel to Helheim alone. Every time she came back, she changed. It was as if she left a small part of herself back in the void, a fragment of her soul. One night I walked into her tent and heard her talking to someone. Who was she talking to? She never mentioned his name, but it was clear it was someone of great importance. You mean the devil guy who offered me power to leave? Because could have been him. Yeah, it's almost like traveling to hell is bad. And you didn't think that was strange? My grandmother often communed with dark spirits, so I didn't think much about it. However, it was something in the way she spoke with this one that gave me chills. She had an obedient tone in her voice as if she was speaking to an authority figure. When she noticed me, she became furious and chased me out of her tent at once. I tried asking her about it later, but she didn't want to speak a word about it to me. So who do you think it was? At the time, I had no idea, but after our visit to Helheim, I have some suspicions. I believe she was communicating with Lord Asmodeus, the Supreme King of the Terrors. Do you remember the Demon Emperor who appeared and chased us out of Helheim? How could I forget that guy? That was him. That was Lord Asmodeus. I didn't want to believe it at first. Jaka, you look white as a sheet. Helga, when we were in Helheim, I heard a voice inside my head. What did it say to you? It knew I wanted to kill Mortimer. It offered me the power to do so. Please don't tell me you accepted the deal. Of course not. If I did, I would game over right now. Good, you are not as great a fool as I thought you were. You think this Asmodeus had a hand in what happened to Scylla? It might very well be that the ritual creates some kind of unholy pact with him, yes. Damn, and what will this mean for Aemon when he grows up? Jaka, if the worst comes to pass, I should be the one to do it. Do what? The unthinkable. It can't be you nor Elonda. The burden should be mine. I've heard what happens if you say yes is, number one, no, I can't. I can't do it in that one. Because I do know what happens, I think. So the first thing that happens is that, because I looked into this, all of the monsters, the moment you say yes, will stop attacking you, and the portal will appear and you can just leave. That's the first thing that happens. The second thing that happens is in chapter 29, at the beginning of the chapter, you just die, I think. And then the game ends. Or you get like an ending where Satan comes out in one of the later 20 chapters or something. That's what I've heard. I don't know for sure, though. Burden should be mine. I won't let it come to that, Helga. I will do whatever it takes not to. I will scour the world for a cure or a solution before that happens. I understand. Crap! Stupid convoy is freaking... I have too many items that I'm never gonna use. I should sell them. Okay, so I have to talk to Darius. Oh yeah, his ability, half prices in shops, I need that. So I can just walk in and buy Nosferatus. Okay, Isabel, what's up? Man, I never thought I'd see the Royal Castle from the inside. Last time I was here, I only saw it from quite far away. How are you not dying? You're a general in a place that's probably just lava. You been to Temet? You never told me. My father brought me here on a mission with King Thorgrim. By the way, apparently because today is like the 1-year anniversary of Andaron Saga coming out or something, they published a bunch of ROM hacks that make it harder. So that's cool. Shout out to the Andaron Saga ROM hacking community. My father brought me here on a mission with King Thorgrim. There's also a version they released where every secret event is guaranteed to happen, which is kind of neat. I was barely a teenager, but I cried until he let me come to. My mother was furious when father agreed to bring me. Your mother's name was Ellen, wasn't it? Fatima told me she fell at the siege of Holtmeyer. That makes me think in Rebellion Saga we'll see her. Yeah, alongside both my brothers. That left me as Robert's sole child. And we ended up taking his life as well. I'm so sorry for that, Isabel. I've been so caught up in my own loss that I never stopped to consider yours. Yeah, probably. I was devastated when the news of my father's death reached me. However, he always told me he would not die quietly in a bed. As a knight, he always knew his death would come in battle. He rode into conflict against your company, knowing well the risks. You were just defending yourself. I cannot blame you for his death. You're a lot more mature than I could ever hope to be, Isabel. My father's killer was allowed to freely travel in this group, while I wouldn't be very rational. This Prince Darius that just showed up, do you blame him for your father's death? It was his father, King Kangax, that's a name, who unleashed the plague on Andaron, and that plague ended up killing my old man shortly after the war. I don't know if Prince Darius played any part in it. It's hard to say. Normally I wouldn't blame a son for the sins of his father, but you know. Something about Darius unsettles me greatly. His speech is too fluid. I know what you mean. Smooth talkers are often dishonest. And yet if Darius speaks the truth and Mortimer is shipping slaves to Styxia, then you would be foolish to turn a blind eye to it. What do you think I should do, Isabel? You should go with him and see the truth with your own eyes. And if we walk straight into an ambush at the border, then we'll just have to crush them. Sometimes I admire your resolve. Doc, I need to speak with you for a moment. What's on your mind, Ariel? I don't think I'm cut out for this. Cut out for what? Fighting, killing. What makes you say that? I'm an Ashburn, born to one of the most ferocious fighting families in Andaron. And yet every time I swing my axe and end a life, I feel a great remorse. All this fighting has been weighing quite heavily on me as of late. True, but I didn't train her, so, like, I don't know. I might not use her this run. Combat takes its toll on us all, Ariel. You are not alone in feeling this way. Sometimes when I'm alone, I too feel an overwhelming sense of despair. But when I think of my father or brother, they'd laugh as they charged into battle. How could I be so different from them? They both killed without remorse or mercy. Meanwhile, I feel the burden of my own guilt almost crushing me beneath its weight. You are a normal human who was born into a house of killers. That is a strength, not a weakness. It's what makes you unique. Never lose that part of yourself. So many people throw it away. The history of my house is a history of pure violence. The Ashburns are only known for their sheer brutality. Without that, how can I even call myself one of them? Then change the course of your house, Ariel. It's been our identity for generations. I can't just walk in and remove that. And why not? Give me one good reason why that isn't possible. My family would never accept it. Then make them accept it. Be stronger than them. They'll have no choice but to follow you then. You want me to fight violence with violence? Only for as long as you have to, until you bring about the change. Isn't that going against everything I believe? Strength itself is not an evil, Ariel. It's a tool just like anything else. Using violence to end violence is just called fighting for the right thing. But would I not be a hypocrite? Well, if you want to speak about hypocrites, Samuel once told me something important. The world needs warriors who know how to wield swords, but still keep them sheathed. He may have failed to live up to his words, but they still stayed with me all this time. I sometimes repeat those words back to myself at night to help me relax. Thank you for your words, Jaka. You've given me much to think about. Anytime, Ariel. Man, I probably should have, like, raised her or something. I mean, whatever. Nah, Samuel's dead. I killed him. He did. He got killed in chapter 14. God damn it. Almost dead Ailanda is such a sad portrait to look at. Yeah, he might not be dead. Maybe he ran away. Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot. Yeah. Man, it's been so long, I just forgot about that. Well, he's gonna come back as a zombie monster wielding the lance, right? Like, that's probably happening. Jack, I need to speak to you about Ailanda's condition. She's not getting better, I take it? I've been doing everything I can to treat her, but it appears that she is what? She appears to be aging rapidly. What? The witches, they depleted her life energy to a breaking point. She's become like a sieve that leaks water uncontrollably. Well, you're gonna have to follow the videos to find out what happened to Ailanda. It's around chapter 19. Let's just say, bad things happened that were bad. That it's a good thing they didn't show us, because this game would be, like, illegal. That's terrible. Is there anything we can do to help? I've spent hours poring over old tomes containing medical knowledge. I haven't been able to find information about magic that speeds up aging. Is her condition incurable? The only lead I've found is that light magic might counter the toxic darkness. Well, then let's go to a Lightbringer shrine. But unfortunately, only a magus adept in the greatest arcane arts would suffice. A royal Lightbringer capable of casting 100 spells at once, like Cathus. What about her baby? How is Ammon doing? He's a strange child. He hardly shows any emotion. However, he starts to cry when my staff draws near. Ugh, that's a bad sign. Ugh. When holy stuff comes near him, he gets sad, but he doesn't care otherwise. It's probably fine. I'm probably just overthinking it, you know? It does worry me a little bit. You saw what Skyla really was. You think Ammon will grow up to become one of them? I have to believe that's not the case. I wouldn't know what to tell Ailanda. Oh, Chaka. Hey, how you doing with your baby over there? Ailanda, how are you feeling? I see the look in your eyes. My appearance disturbs you. I'm only worried for you, Ailanda. Yep. Yep. That also happened in chapter 19, I think. Or chapter 20. Yeah. Let's just say some screwy stuff happens. Trying not to stress you. It'd be cool if, like, in the if they ever make a future game centered around Ammon, if he's like a sage, like a Lightbringer sage who can use dark magic and light magic. That would be neat. Because I've never really seen a character who can use both. But I don't know. Maybe they're toying with that. Maybe that'll never happen. I'm only worried for you, Ailanda. I'm trying not to stress you. I do not fear for my own life, Jocko. However, I do worry for little Ammon. I worry what he might become when he grows up to become a man. You saw what Skyla was. They could. A saga's usually 3 games, I think, right? And, like, Rebellion Saga's coming out later, so I could see it be, like, I could see there being a game after this one, timeline-wise, but, like, I don't know how this ends. They might not leave it open. Just because Skyla was a monster does not mean Ammon will become one. And you know this how. I don't, but I have to believe it. You have to as well. What if we are wrong? We'll cross that bridge when we reach it. Until then, we give Amon what he needs. He should be treated with love and care, like all children deserve. Thank you, Jaka. I draw my strength from your words. If Baldimon was here now, he would surely say the same. What do you think Baldimon would say about Darius and his request? Baldimon, being the trusting fool that he was, would surely rush headfirst to the border. However, I am not so naive as to take the words of a necromancer at face value. The Styxians are a foul blight upon Aurora. They reject the teachings of the divines. I hope they do. This game is amazing, and I'm not even done it yet. Nothing good can come from colluding with their twisted ambitions. I figured you'd say that. I mean, normally I'd be like, you're being too close-minded, but... If you plan to go to the border, I will still go there with you. However, never let your guard down for even a moment. Whatever I decide to do, I promise to be careful. What's up, Theodore? Theodore, I want to ask your advice on what to do regarding Darius and his request. Yeah, I heard his speech. Do you believe Mortimer is selling off prisoners? Turning them into undead slaves? That sounds vile, even for him. At this point, I wouldn't put anything past him. I don't trust the necromancers. But if it really is true, we have to do something. Our own people are being condemned to a fate that is far worse than death. To have your soul eternally enslaved and denied rest in the grave beyond goes against everything we believe. What if this is a plot to lead us all into an ambush? Then we should expose ourselves to the risk, as long as Ilonda and her child are safe. Just like that, huh? What if this is a trap devised by Mortimer to kill us all? I've been a knight my whole life, so I can only speak from my position as a knight. The day I put my own safety above that of my people, I am a knight in name only. Even if I march towards uncertainty and possible death, I cannot waver. If there is a chance that the innocent are being victimized, I must go to their aid. That is the only way I know how to live as a proud knight of Andaron. Very idealistic. I personally don't give a rat's ass about honor. I'll gladly brawl in the mud and sully my honor if it means winning. Then you would be no better than Mortimer. No, there's a big difference. I won't betray my friends. What about the people of Andaron? If I knew that Darius spoke the honest truth, I'd already be giving the orders to leave. The problem is that I do not trust him. Then trust your instincts. What are they telling you? That Darius is speaking the truth and that I'd be a fool. That Darius is speaking the truth and that I'd be a fool to trust him. Then I'd say go with him to the border and don't ever let your guard down. That's fair. Divines be good. How many arrows are in that pile? He does. I mean, if he wasn't already promoted. The thing is, like, I have a feeling that, like, Christina ends up better if you can raise her. I would feel like she could get better. Because, like, if you give her that brace thing, she's basically Fred. But, like, I also feel like her 35 across the board isn't exactly amazing sometimes. She could be very variable. Because, like, I'm trying to think about when I play the Lunatic version, I have to figure out who's going to try to wield the Rose Thorn. Because it can be a couple of people. Like, the Troubadour, if she promotes and gets lances, could do it. Theodore can do it. Christina can do it. Like, I think those are the three options. A few hundred at the moment. I plan to make many more. But you made all of these? Ever since we arrived in Temed, I've been shooting down so many Wyvern Riders. Good wood is hard to come by here, so I figured it wouldn't hurt to be prepared. We've won the war here. I doubt we will be shooting down more Wyverns. I don't think the people we kicked in the teeth will come back for revenge, or you don't think? It never hurts to be prepared. You sure like to take everything into account, don't you? I ran away from home when I was 14, a scared little girl with no survival skills. I almost starved to death during the first few days. I didn't even know how to cook. Well, what I've heard is that if you have an A rank with Sam, if that person kills him or defeats him, then you can take the Rose Thorn from him. That's what I've heard. Yeah, it's like how, like, theoretically, if you took Fred and fought What's-His-Face, and you beat him, you could get the regalia from him too, I think. But it would be really hard because he has such high stats. I almost starved to death during the first few days. I didn't even know how to cook. Life on the road taught me that I had to look out for myself. No one else was going to. Did you run away from home? Or why'd you run away from home? I was told my father perished in a fire, leaving me alone. My half-brothers were not very kind to me after his passing. I decided it was better to be on my own rather than with them. Brothers are supposed to look after their sisters, damn cowards. Their mother utterly despised me. I think she saw me as a threat. She said I looked too much like the harlot who ensnared her husband. You're a noble, aren't you? Is it that obvious? I hoped I had discarded my mannerisms by now. That's not it. You mentioned earlier that you posed a threat to your brothers. That alone gave away your true nature. Only nobles viewed their families as threats. Well, you nailed it. Your skills with the bow combined with your golden hair pretty much gives it away. You're a noble of House Ring, aren't you? I suspected it from the moment we met. However, you seemed to want to keep it a secret, so I didn't force the issue. Which means she can probably equip the ring regalia. You're almost correct. I'm a bastard of House Ring, actually. My mother was a commoner. She must be the daughter of Lord Wilbert. Baudimon told me that he perished in a fire. We fought against your brother at the Battle of the Caranos River, did we not? We did. My older brother Gabriel was there too, but he ran away like he tends to do. I don't know much about the Ring family at all. Liam and Gabriel, what were they like growing up? Liam was a loudmouth and an idiot, always wanting to prove himself. Gabriel was the quiet one, but he's the more dangerous of the two. Yeah, but like, Jaka didn't know about it. Yeah, like we knew, but Jaka didn't know, because he wasn't there for that conversation. Dangerous how? Liam was straightforward. It wasn't hard to read him or know what he wanted. Thus, he was pretty easy to handle even when his temper got the best of him. Gabriel, on the other hand, was cold and calculating, quiet but terribly cruel. He's the kind of person to lure you into a trap before he puts an arrow in you. Also, he is by far the most talented with a bow, better than Liam or even myself. So he's cold, eh? It makes me wonder, how did you feel fighting your family? Nothing, really. Not even a little bit of remorse? Nah. What good would that do me? Useless emotions are best discarded. You're human, Haley. It's only natural to feel something when fighting your family. Guess I was a bit annoyed. It's not really what I meant. Are we done with the pep talk now? I'd like to go back to making arrows. My apologies. It wasn't my intention to pry or anything. No offense taken. Wait, who the hell is this? Oh yeah, I forgot Kurt. He is Sure Shot. I forgot. He could have been really good if I'd used him. Lord of Lances. Zacharias, I was hoping you could give me some insight. With regards to Darius, do you think we can trust him? All men die eventually. What? Those who learn to escape death betray the divines. They are entities despised by our Creator. So too are their hellspawn. Are you talking about how Styxia raises people from the dead? Necromancers or something? Death is a natural part of life. Do not fear it, Lord of Lances. When we die, we enter Samsara, and may someday rise again. A new life, reincarnation, that is the way of our universe. Sounds a lot like the Centaurs' religion. The Centaurs are the Creator's children, just as humanity is. Never forget, you must reject all who upset the natural way. Alright then, good talk as always. Good talk. So he's all about... Wow, he's like the fucking Jehovah's Witnesses guy. Never thought I'd find myself this deep into scaly territory. I've noticed that some of the castle's residents have been glaring intensely. They don't seem very happy with you. Understandable, I probably killed some of their family members. Correction, I definitely killed a lot of their family members. I've heard some of the locals call you the Hermit of Death. Did you really shoot down that many Wyvern Riders? Lost count after 70. No wonder the Timetan military didn't send patrols to kill you. Oh, but they did several times. I just outsmarted those lizards every time. True. I lived in the Dragon Tooth Mountains for years. I knew every rock. When I noticed their patrols, I just went into hiding until they gave up. Then I followed them and put arrows in them at night while they slept. This may sound a bit harsh, but why the intense hatred for Timetan? It all started one day when that ugly woman Leonora landed in my garden. I spent years trying to get something to grow in that harsh, cold soil. I was at long last due to get a yield of ripe tomatoes when she arrived. Her dumb, lumbering beast stomped on the soil and destroyed my hard work. This conflict stated over tomatoes, apparently. Stated. That's how it all began at any rate. She just showed up in my cabin. She probably thought I was just some harmless hermit she could bully. Maybe she was just hoping she could extort some food or gold out of me. I told her to piss off, of course, but she didn't exactly take no for an answer. So I strung my bow and decided to put an arrow right in her chest. She survived thanks to a nice shield she was carrying, but she was pissed. She was quite tough, so I had to flee, but she swore she'd come back. After that day, I just started to shoot down any wyvern who came too close. Better to be safe than sorry, I say. You seem to have lived quite an exciting life for a hermit. Compared to my old life, my days in the mountains were pretty dull. This guy is a wacky man. What do you want, Stabby? Can't you see I'm busy? Can't say I do. What are you doing? Just standing around, hoping to be left alone by annoying people asking stupid questions. You're absolutely charming. Did anyone ever tell you that? Once or twice. I hear you're one of Tamate's strongest. They call you the Soaring Shrieker. How did that nickname come about? I guess it's because Arian, my wyvern, he shrieks like a dying girl in battle. At first I found it annoying, but then I noticed it scared my enemies shitless. Figured I'd just let him keep at it. He's even louder when he's hungry. Tindaris tells me you're the leader of the Order of Wyvern Knights. Is that some kind of elite group? You bet your ass, we're the top drakes. Wyvern Knights are the pride of Tamate. We strike fear into the heart of our foes. Our lances can pierce the toughest armor. No one can stand up to us in battle. Sounds like you would be handy to have if Tamate goes to war. Andaron's got some strong knights wearing heavy plate armor. The steel knights in particular are almost impervious to harm. We'd send those walking tin cans packing with a single charge. Hope to see that one day. I don't. War is bothersome. How come? I think a strong warrior like you yourself would relish the chance to fight. I would rather cruise nice and easy all the way until retirement. Now, guarding the palace, that's a job I could see myself doing just fine. Plenty of time for napping, eating, drinking, and playing dice. You're not what I thought you'd be. It's not the first time I've heard someone say that. My sisters would berate me constantly every day. Oh, Miriam, you're wasting your talents away. Oh, Miriam, you should try to exert yourself more. Blah, blah, so tiresome. So your ultimate dream is just to slack off and never work? Hell yeah, earn myself some cash so I never have to exert myself again. Just kick back with a good drink and some good meat, living the good life. But until then, I guess I just have to keep skewering fools now and then. I'm awesome at killing, after all. At least you know what you want. Yep, and right now I'm good to go off for a nap. So stop yapping your trap and sawed off. Guess I will. Wow, what a lovely conversation. Wait, was she always over here? Sigrid, what are you doing over here? What's up, Jesse? Oh man, my bro Jocko, we gotta get out of here. What's wrong, Jesse? I don't know how we both ended up here, but we gotta leave before he finds us. Jesse, you're being incoherent. What's going on with you? I just woke up from a nap and I have no idea how I ended up in this place. This is a bad dream? Pinch my arm. Jesse, will you calm yourself down? What is scaring you so much? Yeah. How did we end up inside Castle Flameguard? Castle Flameguard? What are you on about, Jesse? We're in the Tamate Royal Palace. We are, but alright, it looks so similar. Alvaro, he's not. Jesse, have you been on the dust again? No, I've been clean for at least 2 days. How would you even know what Castle Flameguard looks like on the inside? I was there a few times with Bald back in my day, but you're just some rogue. I wouldn't even know where to begin. You mentioned Alvaro, do you know him? Oh, I know him. He's evil incarnate, a monster wearing human disguise. He was Baldemon's cousin, but Bald said he never felt like family to him at all. He didn't care much for the Flame Guards, except for his mother Maria, of course. Yeah, yes, Lady Maria, along with Father John. They were the only ones who treated me well. Jesse, you're not making any sense. How would you know Bald's mother? I doubt she hung around in the slums. I'm sorry, Jocko, bro, I need to be alone. Sometimes I worry if all the dust is permanently out of his brain. His grasp on reality was always weak, but I feel like it's gotten worse. Jesse, what a mess you've become. Point taken right there. What's up, Runa? Hey, Runa, what are you doing here, all alone sulking in a corner? Oh, hello, Mr. Jocko. What's wrong? You seem upset. I'm sorry, I know we've accomplished a lot ever since arriving here in Tamat, but I feel like I'm no closer to finding my dad. I've asked, but no one here knows anything. Yeah, I assume he can also equip the regalia. But I don't know why I'd give it to him. Sorry to hear that, but how can you know he is even still alive? My mom told me he was once a powerful sage. There's no way anyone could defeat him. Being powerful is no indicator of survival. It's rather the opposite, in fact, I'd say. Strong people often tend to get involved in conflicts that are beyond their power. Baniman was strong and very good at fighting, yet he died all the same. I just don't want to believe that my father's actually dead. That all of this was for nothing. This whole journey hasn't been for nothing. You've made quite a few friends, right? We've suffered hardships together, but you also gained a lot of exciting memories. You will be telling your future children about your adventures one day, I'm sure. I just wish I could tell my father about them as well. Keep your chin up, Bruno. We might run into him yet. Thanks for the encouragement. It's what I do. And because this is Andaron Saga, we're gonna meet him next chapter, probably guaranteed. Because that's how this works. Hey Sigurd, you seem starry-eyed. See something interesting? I know we've been here for a month, but this castle never ceases to amaze me. Look at how the lava flows around the interior. How did the Drakes build it? Sandaris says his people build their dwellings with obsidian. Apparently it doesn't melt even when exposed directly to lava. As for how they built all this on top of a lava river, well, I imagine they must have taken many decades of effort. I've spent all my life around ice and snow. Now belugas have a home in Arctic Cove. To see something like this is quite amazing. It's so hot here. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. I can't say the same for your sister. Helga has always been moody. I've learned to ignore it. Can't imagine growing up with her was easy. Oh, it wasn't bad. She's not like this when we're together. She just doesn't like outsiders, ever since Mom and Dad died. One day I hope everyone will see her gentler side. She did give her a life force to save Iolanda. It was a selfless act. I mean, I could have used, like, the angelic robe plus the bulk thing to get her to 28. But it's too late now. Like, I could raise her now, but it would take so much effort. My sister is very quick to shoulder blame. She felt like what happened was her fault. As such, she felt that she should pay the price for what Iolanda had to endure. If anyone is to blame for what happened to Iolanda, it's me. I was so fixated on the mission that I didn't consider her safety. I never should have left her alone with those damn Scotty witches that you're just talking to. I'm sorry, Sigurd, I was not implying you were one of them. That's okay, I feel angry about it too. I knew some of them for a long time. To think so many of them were monsters in disguise is sickening. Do you think that there ever will be a Clan Scotty after this? I don't know. It would be nice to take the surviving memories and make a new clan. We could name it something new, like Clan Pink Fluffy Snow Bunnies. Now, we might have to workshop that one. I think it's lovely. Jaka, there you are. I need you to get me everything written here. This is quite the long list, Harriet. There must be 50 things on here. Do you really need all this stuff? I'm running low on medical supplies, like ointment to treat burn wounds. Can't you just use your staves? Oh, you silly boy, you don't know anything about how healing staves work, do you? Must admit, it was never an area of expertise I bothered to delve into. Staves can only heal surface flesh wounds. They can knit flesh and mend broken bones. However, some underlying symptoms, such as burns and infections, must still be treated. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I remember now. My sister was able to learn how to wield staves to help my mother. However, the staff can only alleviate the pain caused by her symptoms, not cure the illness. Ah yes, Femke was it? You told me about her when I healed your scar. How's the little brat doing? I haven't seen her in a while, but I have a friend named Brandon watching over her. He's like a father to me. I would trust him with my life and the life of my family. He sends me letters on the regular to let me know how they're doing back in Wiltmire. Femke cried a lot when she learned I left without saying goodbye, but she's fine now. If Femke wants some training on how to use staves after this war ends, send her to me. I'd be happy to teach the girl some tricks. I wish I had a proper teacher at her age. Divine's note would have saved some lives back when I was a battle medic in the war. See, this could theoretically be setting up the future game where Femke is a healer. But I don't know. You served in the Styxian War, did you not? You might have been around my old man. His name was Jamke. Does it ring a bell? A faint one, perhaps, though I healed a lot of men back then. It was an awful war, unlike any I'd ever seen before or since. Those damn necromancers use magical disease as weapons. I take it you are not thrilled with Prince Darius being here, then. What is your opinion of him? Compared to his father, that cub seems meek and utterly harmless. Yet a little lamb can often show itself to be a dangerous lion. Mortimer is an example of that. Samson. He is there, yes. Do you think we should accept his offer? I would not, but I don't think my opinion will hold much sway with you young folks. You would all throw yourself upon spears if you thought it would win you the war. Utterly reckless and foolish, all of you. Well, I appreciate your honesty, Lady Harriet, and your advice. Well, then enough talk. I want you to get me every item on this list. Chop, chop. I want these regents as early as yesterday. I know better than to refuse. Hello, Mr. Skeleton? Lord of Lances, how is it going, my fleshy guy? You know, forgetting a name is rude, right? I'm Ahmed, the friendly skeleton. Cheers! Right, Ahmed. Sorry, it's just, you're a skeleton. It's a little morbid that I'm talking to a dead guy. I'm a skeleton? You're a skeleton, Lord of Lances. What do you think is inside that flesh body of yours? I merely have less meat on my bones compared to you. I hadn't thought of it like that before. But you're still a dead man, yes? And now you're enslaved to Darius forever? Let's get one thing clear. I am not Lord Darius' slave. I'm more like his undying best friend, his buddy. He bound you with black magic. You lack free will. Don't you have to follow all of his commands? That isn't something a best friend would do. Now that's a good laugh, coming from the likes of you. Pardon? You act as if you have free will, but you don't, moron. You're as much a slave as me. No, I'm not. That's ridiculous. Is it you're a slave to your body and desires, flesh bag? Your quest to kill Mortimer proves that you are a slave. You need to sleep every night, and also your need to sleep every night is also evidence of slavery. If one's desires make them into a slave, then we're all slaves. Yes, good. Now you are beginning to understand. This nonsense is what I get for talking to a skeleton. You're just mad that my logic is perfect and flawless. The great meta never errs. Okay. Yeah, Ahmed is the retainer for Prince Darius. He is an unborn skeleton, or an undead skeleton, yeah. What's up, Darius? Yes? Tell me about Styxia. What deal did Mortimer make with your father? Refresh my memory. All I know is caravans from Andaron arrived outside our castle gates. They were filled with prisoners. What does Mortimer gain from doing this? Money, power, or influence? I bet perhaps even a military alliance. Corpses are a valuable commodity in Styxia, more so than gold. And the prisoners that already arrived, is there a chance for us to save them? I'm afraid not. My father would waste no time in turning them into his servants. Damn it. However, there still might be time to save the people headed for Styxia, if we do not tarry too long here. Who is your father? I want to know more about your father. Tell me about the king of Styxia. My father is King Kangax IV. He's lived for over 60 years. He was only a child when his father, the last king, was murdered. Kangax fought against King Caithus in the Second Great Styxian War. I'm sure you've heard all about that. It didn't go so well for your people. I would not say my father is loved, but he is respected and feared. 60 years, eh? I suppose he does not have long left. Is that why you're going behind his back? My father could live for quite a few more years. How long do your people in the caravans have left? I don't really believe you would take such a big risk to help my people. I consider helping them a bonus. Who is the skeleton? The skeleton who claimed to be your cohort. Who is he? His name is Ahmed. He was my best friend and my mentor. My father assigned him to me when I was but a young boy. He was already old and dying by the time I reached adolescence. On his deathbed, he told me that he wanted to continue serving. So you had him raised? Our bond goes much deeper than that. He is not some pet skeleton to me. I have an ace support with him. Our souls are magically united. He won't die as long as I don't either. So when you die, will you be raised? Oh no, I have no such intentions. Undeath holds little appeal for me. What is life without its sensations? I want to enjoy food and laughter. So what that's telling us is if we use Ahmed in battle, I'm assuming it means he can die whenever, and I can just resummon him later. So he might be a good distraction unit. The warmth of a beautiful woman, and yet your cohort will enjoy no such things. It was his choice. I feel no remorse. Clearly not. What are you scheming? Tell me all about your plans. What do you want, Darius? I want the best future for my nation and its people. What do you mean by that? I want to open up Styxia to the world. I wish to invite more people to trade. I also want the people of Andaron to stop seeing us as a threat. Hard to do when we have been at war twice. You started both of them. Both times when your kings attempted to raise themselves into undeath. You foolishly forced our hand. We forced your hand? We did not conform to your standards, so you attacked us? When a monster sits upon the throne of an empire, good men have to act. The Lightbringers could not tolerate such an abomination existing. Imagine forcing your beliefs on other people and calling yourself righteous. Those light supremacists got what they deserved when Thorgrim beheaded Caithus. The world will be better off without their poisonous, self-righteous morality complex. Oh shit. Lightbringers saved Aurora from the demons and the terrors. No, they saved the Northerners. Styxia was doing just fine. We never requested their help, as we found it unnecessary. I'll bet you don't even know Aurora's original moniker, the name the common folks used before the Lightbringers came. My mother raised me to be a scholar. I know the old name, Yggdrasil. Frankly, it was an idiotic continent name that deserved to be changed. Some still live that respect the old ways. We never had a chance to vote on the name. Joseph's children stole that decision from us. Well, admittedly, I wasn't aware of that fact. You are. Yep. Well, you know, I think it's a joke by the creator. I'll go with you to the border. Show me these slave caravans. This better not be a trick. No tricks, I assure you. Only the naked truth. I promise you it will be an enlightening journey. No doubt about it. An hour of talking. I made my decision, Tendaris. I'm going with the prince. I want to see for myself if these slave caravans truly exist. Good idea. I'll come with you. Don't you have your hands full with rebuilding our country? My diplomats and ambassadors have already been sent out. My soldiers have been given their tasks. For now, it's a waiting game. I'd much rather go with you. Sounds like we'll have fun. Do you think it's a good idea for you to leave the country? Especially right after you just conquered it in a bloody war? This might be one of the few chances I will get to leave. I will spend the better part of my life on this throne. I would like to have some adventures while I still can. When you put it like that, long lives sound annoying. Very well, it's not my place to define a king. Quiet, you. I said nothing. Is everyone ready to leave then? We have a long journey ahead. Oh, the Styxia theme. Sounds very deserty. Though I look forward to getting to know you all on the road. Same here, especially you, Helga. I want to know all your dark secrets. Jaka, do you think dragons can survive being frozen solid? I've always wondered. Sigh. We should be able to reach the border under a week if there are no delays. Come, I shall show you all the best route. Onwards, my friends, to Styxia. Chapter 23, Styxian Sands. Here we go. Oh, my favorite areas, deserts. The southern desert nation of Styxia, a land steeped in magic and mystery. Here the foul necromancers are free to practice their unholy dark magic. Oh, I dig this theme. I guess this is the Styxia theme. Very Arabia Nights. Jaka never thought he would willingly travel to this accursed wasteland. But now he marches side by side with the crown prince of Styxia's empire. As for Darius's motivations, Jaka can only hope he isn't lying. Why is Halfdan always the default guy here? There it is, the River of Saphir. If you follow it, you'll soon reach the capital city, Kadim. Divines, it's hot here. You Styxians must sweat like pigs to stay cool. It doesn't feel all that warm to me. Today is quite cool, even. Right. So where are those caravans? They should be close, yes? Look to the west. There they are. The caravan members appear to be resting. Their leader is a cool fellow that goes by the name Sethos. He's fully loyal to my father. I need to keep my distance. If he recognizes me and flees, he'll alert my father for sure. You intend to hang back? Why, so you can backstab us? I don't know where your distrust of me comes from, Lord of Lances. I do not want to harm you. In fact, I'd like to cultivate an alliance. Please let your mind be at ease. Everyone wants an alliance if it benefits them. Are you any different? Point taken. For now, let's just focus on the caravans. If you need me, I'll be hiding in your camp. I'll summon my cohort to help guard it. I can use scrying magic to scout the area. If I see anything, Ahmed will warn you. Alright everyone, move out. We have prisoners to rescue. Our mounted units will have a hard time moving in the sand. Everyone else has to work extra hard to compensate. Let's go. Time is of the essence here. We have to be quick as lightning. The longer we tarry, the higher the risk our own people suffer. So I have to destroy these campsites. This unit can't be critted, and it can't be doubled. Hello, Voidwalker Summoner with summon powers and... Okay, there's... He has Exorcism, he has Dulan. It's like an Armor Slayer. There's dancers here. Wing Clipper? Oh, so it's a magical sword that kills flyers. Huh. Oh, I can get a Duelim here, though. Scimitar, a Styxian Curved Axe, and a Shamshir. This one has an Elixir. A Flame Sword. Ooh, a Fenrir. Wait, Zari? A Dancer? Allies within 2 tiles deal 3 extra damage. She can refresh, and refreshing a unit grants 2 strength magic defense until their next turn. She's better than he was. Are you kidding me? She also has Fiery Chant. Where is she located? She's over here guarding Sethos. This bum. 2 spaces get 4 speed, and Canto Plus. Alright, so... Samson. Samson! Actually, no. I need to take a staff. Okay, I need this. That thing is a good thing to have. So I'm gonna take the Hoarfrost out, and I'm gonna give him a recover staff. No. Spook. Oh, he has infinite uses of the Dragonstone? That's good. Alright, you maggots, pick up the pace. Get these tents up before it's sundown. Don't make me crack my whip. Sir Sethos, we have a complication. By the sands, what is it this time? Are the slaves complaining again? Lady Zahri is about to perform, and you better not make me miss it. I'm sorry to disturb you during your time of rest, but we've spotted some men on the other side of the river. Probably just some Timaean border patrol, what of it? They don't look like Timaeans to me. Could be trouble. Should we prepare? Bah, fine. Double the patrols. Make a show of our strength. If these foreigners cross the river, rip them to shreds. Right away, Chief. Enjoy the show. Don't you worry, I will. What's going on, love? Are we under attack? Nothing you need to worry your sweet little behind over. Just keep entertaining the boys with your dancing. We've been marching through this desert for weeks. Everyone wants a distraction. Yes, and my girls are happy to shake their goods for you. But our contract specifies that we are not to engage in contact. You'd better make sure we're safe and protected, Sir Sethos. I hate to apply the rescue fee and double King Kangax's burden. The king has plenty of gold to throw around. It's only a matter of some spare change. Sethos, I do not enjoy your jokes. We're here only for entertainment. I wouldn't mind seeing you dance for my boys out there. It might motivate them to try to fight harder than they usually do. Surely we can renegotiate that pesky contract. The Styxian Creed does state that all deals can be altered for a price. I fear that you may find my terms to be exorbitant. It's not me paying the bills, sweetheart. Very well, we may be able to come to an agreement. Stay here and watch the camp. I'm riding out to fetch more men. Whoever these strangers are, I have a feeling they're up to no good. Do be careful, Cephos D. Okay, so she just mentioned something. If the foreigners have any decency, they'll leave my dancers alone. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. I'm assuming to get her, I have to not kill any dancers in this chapter. That's the assumption I'm making here, which is annoying, but we're gonna have to play around this. So we're gonna have to, like, blitz the groups one by one, and leave everybody but the dancer dead. We have to kill everyone except the dancer. But if not, at least they'll learn 2 times our... At least we'll earn 2 times our standard rate. Come on, girls, get out there and motivate these boys to fight hard. Our lives depend on their results. Destroy the campsites to free the captured prisoners. Once freed, you must escort them back to your backlines. You must destroy all the camps before the time limit runs out. The more prisoners you save, the greater your reward will be. You will fail the mission if you let an enemy destroy your own camp. You will also lose if every last one of the prisoners are killed. Should I summon my Drake card? Yes. So what do we got? This is not bad. Interesting song. Okay, so we can't waste that much time around here. What does this guy have? He has a killing edge. What's his attack? Like, luckily this guy won't move, but she will, which is annoying. What's his defense? 21. What's your attack? 25. Yeah, I'm not scared of you. But I can't double. And I don't have my dancer anymore. These guys have very high hit rates. I don't love that. This should be able to wipe everything. Like, she should be able to wipe everything by dealing, like, on this area. Without much of an issue. Though she could easily dance people up, which would be irritating. Oh, I thought that turned me to stone for a second. That scared me. These guys don't have ranged weapons. And Wing Clipper only kills flyers, but it is a magic-based thing, so... I think it has... Oh, it only has 1 range. Okay, fine. We're gonna sit here, and we're gonna equip... the Flame Spear... No, we're gonna equip the Brave Lance. Bring it on. We're gonna have to be decently quick with what we're doing over here, too. Crits won't work on her. Oh, I like the sprites for these ones. S rank, let's go. Ouch. Get out. Oh! What? Son of a bitch. Well, that sucked. That was unlucky. Good thing we didn't miss much. At least I got screwed at the beginning. I'm only gonna do like 1 or 2 turns of this, and then that'll be it. What? Did I just miss a 91? Are you kidding me? Man, I am getting effed a little bit. Yep. God damn it, you dancers. I mean, you just killed this swordmaster or whatever. We're in a double swordmaster. You shouldn't try to kill her. Oh great, I'm stuck on guard duty. Guess I gotta stand here all day. Twiddling my thumbs, picking my nose. I'll go crazy in this heat. Sheesh. Oh, thank you, Drake Guard, with your physic. Who the hell are you? Oh, it's her again! Well, hot diggity dog, I finally caught up with my old friends. I wonder how that nice boss man Bob's doing these days. Can't wait to show him how much Natalie Winters has grown. Bring forth undead reinforcements to protect the prison camps. Let's see how she's changed. Okay, so she's a hero now. Wow, her stats are much better. Her ability is 15% hit and avoid, decreases by 1% every turn. Those are pretty good. She has an A in swords and a C, yeah. I do have to find a way to get Jaka back to her, though. Yeah, she was one of the bad trainees we had an option to kind of, like, do stuff with. Can these guys move? Oh, they can. How strong are they? I mean, they all have slayers, which is annoying. Assuming we can get it, yes. The casual 61% crit because she's right beside, what's her face? True. Yeah, this is the last turn we'll do today. No, I will not hurt this dancer. But I will cut this dancer off from being able to dance for anybody. Though he will... uh-oh. 24, 24, and 23. So 11, 11, 11. He'll be okay. We've watched several slave caravans pass our village in the past few months. Our law prevents the raising of unwilling Styxians, but foreigners are not citizens. The poor souls are going to be turned into undead slaves against their will. I found this nice sword in the sand earlier. You can have it if you help those souls. I'm sure there are lots of other items buried in the sand if you know where to look. Have your keen-eyed thieves on the lookout for treasures lost beneath the dunes. I will take this free Shamshir. Damn it, I knew that was gonna happen. Oof. I should have raised his skill. I can raise his skill a lot to make it so he just never misses. That might be a good option to consider. Really? Fucking undead jank. Like, now I'm in deep crap. Don't love that. $36 damage. She'd be fine. I'm gonna sit there because, okay, I'm keeping him out of the way of that. Oh, who's this? Bro, you see that? Yeah, bro, looks like a battle's breaking out. We can take advantage of the chaos and plunder the village, bro. Great idea, bro. Oh, Wow, a mage with blue hair. I wonder who that is. Hello to you, gentlemen. Such a lovely day outside. What do you want, bro? I was wondering if you two could tell me how to reach the Tomb of Horrors. I'm afraid I've gotten lost in the desert. It was a lot bigger than I thought. Bro, are you for real? The Tomb of Horrors? Nobody goes to the Tomb of Horrors, bro. I mean, just freaking listen to the name. Tomb of freaking Horrors, bro. You don't want to go there. Actually, I do. My family lost a very valuable tome in that place, and I intend to find it. You're going to the Tomb of Horrors for some book? You're crazy or something? I'm still quite sane, at least as far as I know. Many from my house are not quite so lucky. Anyway, I must leave. Enjoy your plundering. Wait a minute. You know about our business, bro? Why, of course, you're dressed as brigands, but you are headed towards that village. Only a fool would be unable to deduct your true intentions based on evidence. Bro, he's gonna go tell Sethos. Yeah, sorry, bro. We can't let you leave. Your course of action is ill-advised. Your chances of success are slim. Even if you two team up against me, you will both utterly be annihilated. Bro, our entire gang is on the way. You don't stand a chance, bro. How many members does your gang have? 10, 20? I give you 7% chance of success at best. Bro, this guy is arrogant. Let's teach him a lesson. Yeah, bro, let's smash his skull in. It never ceases to amaze me how easily you brigands throw away your own lives. It's almost as if you exist solely to be slaughtered for entertainment. Oh. Oh. No. Oh no, is the dancer gonna dance? Actually, it won't matter. Yeah. What are these hit rates, dude? May as well be 100. I mean, I'd rather be unlucky here than somewhere else. Yeesh. Well, I mean, she's maxed out magic and speed. I'm not totally surprised. What the hell, dude? Okay, calm down, Drake Guard. No, come back! God damn it! Oh, that's actually clutch. Actually, yeah, that is scary. I might have to, like, not deploy the Drake Guard. Can I rescue them? Yes, I can. I might have to rescue the Drake Guard. It'd be really fucking annoying. We'll see what I end up doing here. Can I trade with them? No, I can't. What do you have? I mean, god damn it. I mean, at least this one will just stay here and heal. This guy, though. I don't know about him. Anyway, yeah, this is it for now, but let's take a look at what he's got. So he has Elfire, Fenrir, Nosferatu, Illuminate, and Barrier. He's got B, A, and S. He's a Dark Sage. And he has decent stats. His ability is Defense and Res plus 5 to Aegis and Allies. That's really good. Noble of House Darkholm. Darkholm! On a quest for knowledge. So he's Angelus's relative, looks like. Which makes Runa of House Darkholm as well, which might give her Regalia powers. I have to try to protect that village too, if possible. But like, yeah, I'm gonna have to like I gotta move Jaka back over here, and then I need like, I've gotta murder some guys, and I have to rescue certain people, because otherwise stuff's gonna happen. Like, I could theoretically destroy this, or kill him, and give like a second turn, and then do stuff, or whatever. Can he rescue? Yes, he can. So I can, like, do stuff. Anyway, let's suspend for now. Alright. So I'll be right back. I'm just gonna set up.